Hey guys, it's Kennedy. Welcome back to my channel. Sorry for the setting. I am just moving back into my parents' house with my fiance, Alan. Today, I wanted to do a video talking about red flags because if there's one thing that I've learned over the years, is I am unfortunately one who just constantly seems to fall back into the pattern of being friends with the same type of person, and then usually that person is deep down like a narcissist of some kind, or they give off mean girl energy, they're not a girl's girl, that type of thing. I tend to find the same traits in all of these people, and that's what makes me cling to them. For a while I was like, maybe I'm the problem, but I know I'm a good person, and maybe there have been times when I am the problem. But besides the point, I wanted to put together 5 top things that I've learned from so many years of failed friendships. I have my cute little notebook here that has all my ideas and all the things that I am going to be doing for my YouTube and my TikTok written down. Also, thank you guys so much for your patience on me coming and going on my YouTube. I tend to lose my touch in what I want to do because of not getting a lot of views, not getting a lot of subscribers, not getting a lot of attention. Editing YouTube videos takes a lot of time and effort, and so to post and not get a lot of attention is rough, but I don't want to give up, and I've learned that over the last couple months. So now that I'm settled at my parents' house, we are starting up again and getting going on all of our dreams. I will be making a separate video about it. So number 1, the biggest thing I've learned, and I cannot stress this enough, is there should be no type of competition between you and your friends. And what I mean by competition is that they always try to one-up you in a way. Like, for example, if you've had a situation where they ask, are we dressing lazy or cute? And you decide to go lazy and they show up looking super like dressed for prom, they are trying to one-up you and they're trying to make them look better by making you look bad. And unless they tell you up front, like, I'm wearing this, or people that don't want to share their outfits with you because they don't want you to wear the same thing, or they don't want to show you what they're wearing for whatever reason, I think that's stupid, and I think that they're trying to compete with you. That, and then also competing in a way, whereas if you're in a group of people and they're trying to be the hottest person, the funniest person, they're trying to be that person that stands out from the group. Whether they do that naturally is one thing, but if they're trying to do that, they are 100% competing with you, and they don't have your best interest in heart because they just want you there to make them look better, and you need to stay away from people like that. Number 2 is effort. I feel like this is super simply put. They put in just as much effort as you. Now, I know in this day and age, you can get busy. I'm a mom. I have a 4-year-old son, and I'm 23, and I have my wonderful fiance, Alan, but before I was just me, and then I was living with my parents, so I had their help, but it's different. And even I was still putting effort into friendships. I have a lot of friends. Most of my close friends are really bad at texting and communicating. They're not good at it, and I love them, and I know they're watching this, so I love you guys. You know who I'm talking about. But they try when they need to. If I need them, they're there. When we're hanging out, they give me all their attention. They do their best. They're busy. They have their own lives. And some people just aren't good at communicating on the phone. I have to call them. That's usually the only way to talk to them. And I'm not a big phone call person. I don't like to. I've just never been like that. So I'm more of a texter. So if you read our messages, it always looks like, hey, you're not answering me and it's been a few days. And then they usually come in and they're like, I'm so sorry, I've been busy. Can I call you? Or they'll send like voice memos. It's hard to distinguish when someone's putting in true effort or not. But this leads into my next thing. Number 3 is communication. You should be able to tell your friend if something's bothering you that they're doing, and you should not be nervous that they're going to yell at you, that they're going to scream at you, that it's going to have a big backlash on you. You should not be scared of that. And if you are, then maybe they're not the type of person you should be friends with. I've had plenty of friendships where I am too scared to tell them what's bothering me because I'm worried that it's going to have a huge reaction. And that's not a good thing. And it usually did have a big reaction, and usually it ended up not being good on me, or they try to spin it on me like, oh, well, you do this, this, and this. It's really good to just communicate, and I've learned that big time. I tell my friends if something they're doing is bothering me. They tell me. I ask them all the time for reassurance, and I tell them, like, hey, if anything I'm doing is bugging you, please tell me. And they usually feel comfortable doing it. Now, I am a sensitive person, so a lot of the times I'll get upset with myself, and I'll be sad. but they're still comfortable telling me, and that's what's important. Number 4 is how their attitude is when they're around other people. And by this, I mean, let's say it's just you two. Like, there's been times when my old roommate and I are just together and her attitude will change completely if a guy's around, or I got a phone call, sorry. Their attitude will change entirely if a guy's around or if more of our friends show up. And if that's the case, I would really, really, really watch them, because that's not always a good thing. They should not be acting one way with you and different with others. Now, that could, I feel like there's a little bit of leeway here. Sometimes other people have different personalities, so you can only act certain ways around them. But if there's if there's 3 of you and one girl starts acting very odd when that third person comes in, something's not right there, and you need to figure out what's going on, because it could be that she's talking shit about you to that other girl, or doesn't like that other girl, or is rude to that other girl, so that's why her attitude changes. Really watch out for that. Do they change if your significant other's around? If they're very flirty with your significant other, that's not okay, and you need to set that boundary. If they're very flirty when a big group of guys comes around, that's different. I was always like that too. If they're changing their attitude towards you when guys come around, that's not okay. I was always the person that got teased a whole lot when a group of guys came around one of my old friends, and it was very frustrating, and it hurt my feelings a lot, and it's not okay. And I'm glad I got out of that friendship because of that. It's not okay. I was always the punching bag, because I make a lot of jokes about myself and my weight and my looks and all of that, because I'm the type of person that if I'm joking about it myself, it doesn't hurt as bad when other people do it, because I'm already doing it. Just like Fat Amy said, so that twig bitches like you won't do it behind my back. I do it exactly like that. But that doesn't always make it okay for you to be the punching bag. And I learned that the hard way. My number 5 thing is, does your friend push you in a good way? They should not be letting you plateau in your life. If you have big dreams and you want to conquer them, and your friends aren't supporting you to get there, or saying oh, that's not a good idea, I think you should just do this, that's not a good friend, because they don't want the best for you, and they're likely jealous that you will actually succeed and leave them behind. And it's okay to feel sad that you might get left behind, but it's not okay to not push your friends in a good way. I have big dreams. I want to be a big shot YouTuber and TikToker, and I eventually want to be maybe a star on Dancing with the Stars, or meet different stars in my life, collab with different influencers. I want to do that for me and my family. Those are my dreams. And I have friends that don't even post on social media, and they're like, oh yeah, absolutely, make this video. Who cares what people think? You keep working hard at it. And even my fiance pushes me to do that too, even though he doesn't post on his social media. He doesn't even go on his Instagram anymore. And yet, I have all these people in my life that are still pushing me to do that. They're watching my videos, they're liking all of them, they're commenting, they're subscribing, they're doing all the things that they need to do to help me, because they want to help me succeed in that way. Now, if your friends are trying to stop you from making bad decisions, that's one thing. If you're the type of person that wants to quit your job because you want to be a stay-at-home mom, are you financially able to do that? Will you drown if you do that? Because if they're, telling you maybe you should wait, that's probably a good thing. But if they're the type of friend that's not supporting you when it's something that is very well going to be accomplished for you, then they're not a good friend, and they're likely jealous of you and wanting to compete with you. All 5 of those tips that I gave you guys correlate with each other. And that's just some of the things I've learned from many failed friendships. I have crazy stories to share, and most of those friendships that I've had that have broken off, I've at least settled or come to some understanding with them to where we're good and we want the best for each other in life, but we're just not meant to be friends. And that's okay. You don't have to, I'm not saying you have to be in a bad relationship with someone or absolutely go off and be like, fuck you, you piece of shit. No. Don't do that. What I think is best is to outgrow friends or to not want to be in the same circle. I have plenty of people in my life that I'm close with, but I don't go around a whole lot because, not saying I've outgrown them, but I have different goals, different dreams, and we're just not in the same space anymore, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. They didn't do anything wrong. I hopefully didn't do anything wrong, and we still want the best for each other. We're just not around each other all the time, and that's okay. Anyway, that is all I have for this video. I thought it would be fun to do a couple sit downs. I have lots of ideas, so I might film a couple. So you might see a couple in this same outfit today, but that's okay. Go ahead and give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. If you want to see more videos like this, please let me know down below or on my TikTok. I'll put my handle on here. I made my Instagram private for personal reasons, but you guys are welcome to follow me on TikTok and YouTube. I reply to comments all the time. Feel free to let me know what you guys want to see next, and I appreciate you so much. Bye, guys.